So what does $1 million buy you in Healdsburg, California? And what if you had $2 million to spend, or even $3 million? Well, if you're curious about this, then today's video is for you, because I'm gonna take you on broker tour with me. And we will look at 3 homes today. One priced right around $1 million, one priced at $2 million, and the third will be priced just above $3 million. And by the end of this video, you should have a really good idea of where you fit in the Healdsburg market. I'm Stephanie Johnson. I'm a real estate agent. I've been one for more than 20 years, and I moved to Sonoma County from San Francisco in 2021, and I absolutely love living here. And now I've made it my mission to help people like you who might be considering a big move to Sonoma County figure out where it is that you belong here in our beautiful county and how to get here. So let's get started. So of course, Healdsburg gets very expensive very fast. And today we're focusing on really the bottom end of the market. $1 million to $3 million, if you can believe it, is the bottom. There are lots of homes in Healdsburg that are priced in the $5 to $10 million range. And of course I can do other videos on the luxury end of the market. But today we're gonna focus on this price tier because I think this is a really common price tier for people who are relocating or buying a second home. They wanna get in, they wanna have something that's theirs, but they don't wanna break the bank. And so today's for you. The first home we'll visit is on Center Street. And it's right in town with close proximity to all of the downtown area of Healdsburg, all the shopping, the wine tasting, and the restaurants that make Healdsburg so vibrant. You can pretty much walk from this house right into the town square and have access to all of that. So of course that's gonna come at a price. This home needs some work. I'm just gonna say it. It's definitely in fixer condition. It's a cute little cottage that once was probably very cool, but now needs a renovation. And so, you know, there's a little hitch here with the $1 million mark in Healdsburg is that you're probably gonna have to do some work to that house. This house needs a lot of work. I actually think it needs a full renovation. There are plans that are being sold with the property that are approved to do a small expansion. It's currently around 1,250 square feet, and the expansion would take it to about 1,400. But you know, that extra 150 feet can add another room to the home, which is, you know, gonna add value. I think there are a couple of things you could do with a house like this. You could renovate it as is and do sort of more of a cosmetic refresh, put a new kitchen, a new bathroom in, and just sort of keep it a cottage as it is. Or you could spend more money and use the approved plans to expand it and actually make it a very luxurious condo alternative right in downtown Healdsburg. The only hitch with this property is there's not a lot of land. You know, there isn't really space for a garden. So if that's something you're interested in, this house is not going to be for you. But I think this is an interesting entry-level play if you want a home in town and you're willing to put in the work to make it yours. As you can see, downtown Healdsburg gets expensive. And so if you have a maximum price of $1 million, maybe you don't want to look right in downtown. Maybe you want to look on the outskirts for something that's going to give you a little bit more finish or space for the money. In town, if you really want a home that's more done, but isn't super luxurious, but maybe is more move-in ready than this home, you're probably going to have to spend closer to $1.5 million plus to get that in town in Healdsburg. Okay, so let's move on to our second home. And this home is not located in town. It's actually located to the north of Healdsburg, about a 10-minute drive from the town square. This home is in the southernmost part of the Dry Creek Valley. And this area, if you've never been, it is stunningly beautiful. The Dry Creek Valley, the roads that surround this area are home to some of the biggest names in wine in Sonoma County. The Dry Creek region is renowned for world-class wines, and there's tons of tasting rooms and things to do in this area. And it's also just absolutely beautiful and picturesque. This home is sort of on a private lane, and it has its own gate, a private road that goes up to the house. It sits on top of a knoll that overlooks some just beautiful parts of this region, the valley, vineyards, grasslands. I mean, it's just a very, very panoramic view. The house itself is 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms with another half bath on the hall. It has an open plan kitchen, living, dining area with a fireplace and a walkout deck with panoramic views of the Dry Creek Valley. It's actually a really special parcel that is over 5 acres. I think it's almost 5.3 acres of land, so endless things you can do with this piece of property. And it comes with another outbuilding that serves currently as a 3-car garage, but it could be used as a shop space or some other kind of accessory building to the property. I think what's special about this property is the view and the parcel. You really can't ever change that. The house itself is cool. It's redone, but it's not perfect. You know, it is somewhat dated in some areas. I think the flooring, some other things you might want to improve upon, but they're all optional improvements. They're not required improvements to use the house as is. And so at $2 million, this home has been on the market for a while, and I actually think somebody could come in and negotiate a really nice price for themselves for this house and have a beautiful Dry Creek Valley home that over time you could make even more gorgeous. So as we go up in price, we get a bigger home, we get more amenities, and we get to come back into town with a very luxurious lifestyle. This home on T Court is just to the east of downtown. It's about maybe 8-9 blocks away from the town square in Healdsburg. So maybe not walking distance, but certainly close to downtown with access to all that offers. It's also close to Recreation Park, which is a really nice amenity in this part of town in Healdsburg. Baseball teams play here. There's also like just a beautiful field. A lot of people use this park, and it's nice to have it so close to this house. Now, this is the newest home of the lot. It was built in the 90s. The last home we looked at was built in the 80s, and the home before that was built in the 1920s. So we're looking at like very different animals in some ways. But you know, the 90s construction is obvious when you walk in. It's got a cathedral ceiling in the entryway with a big dramatic stairway. That was a very popular construction style in this era. We also almost doubled the size of the home. So the $2 million house out on that big, beautiful parcel was only about 2,100 square feet. This home in town is 4,000 square feet. So we get a lot more space, an additional bedroom. This is a 4-bedroom house with 3.5 bathrooms and a big, huge garage. It also has some beautiful features, like a really sexy kitchen that is very luxurious, a beautiful backyard. You walk out the deck, there's a gorgeous pool, a koi pond bubbling on the side. I mean, it's got mature landscaping. It's beautiful. The grounds are really beautiful. And this house is listed at just over $3 million. It's actually listed currently at $3.2 million. It hasn't been on the market that long, so I don't think there's a lot of negotiation room here. That said, it's a really good example of what you can get if you're willing to spend $3 million. You're gonna get a big house on a big lot. This is over 1/3 of an acre in town with some really beautiful, luxurious amenities. So where do you fit in the Healdsburg landscape? Are you a $1 million buyer who wants to kind of put some elbow grease into a property and make it special over time? Are you a $2 million buyer who'd like to either be in town in something renovated or out on a beautiful parcel in the Dry Creek Valley? Or do you have more like $3 million to spend and you could have a really big, beautiful home right in town with a pool and all the bells and whistles? Let me know. Let me know in the comments what you think about these homes, if you think they're interesting to you. And certainly if you're interested in learning more about the Healdsburg market, let me be your guide. I'm Stephanie Johnson, and I'd be glad to book a call with you, talk about your goals, and help you succeed in your home purchase in Sonoma County. Until the next time, thanks for watching.